Hey, everybody. Oh, welcome into Divinely Designs Monday morning crafting session. I have a different diamond painting on the table today. I finished the cat one. If you want to see that finished, sorry, I've just got a heap of helicopters going overhead. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but anyway, there's some noise happening in the air today. But anyway, we have had a finish. I finished my black cat. You can see that video from yesterday. It's day 16 of AVADA. And so now I have the fairy one up on, and I just finished filling out my journal. Oh, where is it? There we go. So sorry about the shadows. Let me just put some light on that. That might be a bit better. So this is the little fairy that we've got. I've just put the key in here. I have put the finish, the start date, and then I got the finish and the supplier as well. It's a very rudimentary little book there, but I cannot find my other one. I did not know where it went, and it was a cute little one too. It was a little wrap book, and I don't know where it went. Anyway, 15th of August. I forgot to put when I finished it, 2026, and that was 2025. I started that, not so yeah. 18 months it took me to do that one. But yeah, the key is upside down on this, so I've got the little book off to the side so I can know where I've got to place all the things. I'm going to turn that light off because it is quite reflective. It's very glary. So yeah, so I have just pretty much been organising everything that I want to get done. Now that I've finished that big one, I have a heap of smaller ones about this size, which is a 30 by 30. I got this from WIP, a subscription box I got a couple of years ago. I got about 6 or 8 months worth of it. I generally do that. With the diamond painting, there was a lot of stuff that came in it. So you got 2 charts and then you got a craft of some sort. And sometimes it might have been diamond painting, sometimes it might not have been. And I think I got it for about, I'm pretty sure I've got 9 boxes here. So I got it for 9 months. It wasn't overly expensive. It was just an ad that I seen. I can't even remember where I seen it. Maybe Instagram, Facebook, somewhere like that. And so yeah, so I thought, well, I'll pull the little fairy out. And I got fantasy and landscapes because you got to choose what genre you wanted it from. So I got fantasy and landscapes with mine. So yeah, so obviously fantasy. This is a fairy, and I'm pretty happy with the quality of it as well. It did come with a cover, comes with a clear cover, so it's a poured glue one. But yeah, and I started this in July, 21st of July. I started this, so I've done a fair bit already, and I'm going to work this section here. And yeah, and we're here for reverse prints today, so we're going to be here for a couple of hours. And so we'll talk for about 45 minutes. And then we'll have a 15-minute break so you can go make a cup of go to the loo, do all the things. So I encourage you to go and grab yourself a cuppa and then come back and join us. And yeah, throw your questions or anything you want to throw up, what you're working on and all that sort of stuff. Where you're watching from, you know, the usual stuff we do in live streams. That possibly share this with friends as well because the more the merrier. And Christina has joined us this morning and has a lovely little opening that we have each time we do a sprint or a live stream, and that is cross patch, draw the latch, sit by the fire and spin, take a cup and drink it up, and then call the neighbours in. Now, if you don't like your neighbours, you can call your friends in, all right? So yeah, so call your friends in, and they can come and join us for a crafty morning. Christina is working on a diamond painting and listening to a Enchanted Greenhouse. May just lurk today. I am emotionally drained, but I will be here in and out. That's not good, hon. You're not feeling the best again. I think it's something in the air because I've woken up feeling very much similar sort of thing, just a little bit lethargic today. Had a fantastic weekend with the husband, which was really good. And the girls come over for dinner last night. They went off to Brisbane yesterday and had a great day together. They were so happy when they come in. It was so nice to see that they're just laughing and giggling and just having a great time. And yeah, really, she cracks us up. She regales us with stories from work, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, it's but yeah, I know. I thought, well, I'll get all my stuff out. I did get a lot of this out on the weekend. I've got a couple other ones, and I loaded up my folder, and then I went looking on AliExpress, and there are actually some larger folders. So I think I might get one of those as well. They're an A2, and there's also an A1, which is even bigger again. I don't know that I've got the room for that, but it might be big enough. I've just got to check out the measurements. The post that I looked at did not have measurements on it. So I've got to find another post with that size and find out exactly what those measurements are, because I think that I might be able to put some of my bigger diamond paintings in there, because it looked quite large. So and that will stop them from being rolled up, because right now they're rolled up and in a tube. So yeah, as I said, if you want to see the finish of the black cat in the library, that is yesterday's video. As for now, we're going to set the timer, and we are going to get straight into putting some drills down. Again, we'll just use my phone, and we'll have a 45-minute timer, and then you'll hear an alarm go off, and then we'll take a break for 15 minutes, 15 minutes, just depends how we're feeling, and whatnot. It is a bit of a rainy day here. It hasn't rained this morning, but it did rain a little bit last night. A little bit breezy and a little bit cool. So I do have the heater on, so that should keep me nice and warm. And as I said, we're going to be here for a couple of hours today. And yeah, so it's going to be good. This goes pretty quick because this is a round drill, and I've got really good at multi-placing with the round drills as well. The squares I take a little bit longer to do, but the round ones I seem to just fly through. So I'm pretty happy that I'm doing that today. And then I believe that I've got a whole heap of round and square ones coming up. So I do have a clock that I want to do as well this month. So yeah, but for now we're going to just work on the fairy. Christina says, glad you had a good weekend with your family. Yeah, it was really good. I ended up getting over to Brennan's about 4 on Saturday after I did all the work and all the rest of it. And I just did it. I didn't do a full-on clean-up. I just potted around. But then I had a nice surprise. I come home and the girls had mopped the floor and done the dishes, because there was only about 4 or 5 dishes there. But they'd mopped the floors and in the lounge room, and also in the kitchen as well, and tidied up the bathroom, which I'd already done. But we've got one of our cats uses the bathroom as a kitty litter tray in there, and she likes to flick it everywhere. So yes, they tidied all that up, so I didn't come home to a mess, which was absolutely lovely. And then Savannah bought me a little, I don't have it out here, it's in the bedroom, but she bought me a little charging pack for when I'm recording out on the road. It just plugs into it, and it's only small. It's not absolutely massive like my big, because I've got this one as well. And this is a bit awkward when you're filming, and so I can actually use that for when I'm walking around with the phone and stuff like that. So she got me that while she went down there, and they threw in a bonus tripod. So she goes, here, you may as well have it. She goes, I'm not going to use it. So that was pretty good. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? How is it in WA? Gee, it's early for you. Isn't it like you're 2 hours behind? Yeah, you're 2 hours behind. So yeah, 7 a.m. Nice. Thank you for joining. Welcome on in. What are you working on today? You're getting some work done before the heading out onto the farm, no doubt. Christina says hello to Tanya, and also Tanya saying hello back. And Melissa is here from Geeky Witch, who is also doing a video a day as well. Waves hello, doing a round of like tags and letting folks who are sprinting this evening. I'll be back once my final sprint ends. Nice. I did not check in with you this morning. I do apologise for that. I had Savannah come in and chit-chat to me this morning. So yeah. Christina says hello to Melissa as well, and Tanya says I'll be doing a spot of diamond painting and hopefully all day. Shearing starts tomorrow. Well, we can keep you company for the next few hours at least. I also this morning got a few. The reason I didn't get on the internet this morning is because I need to catch up on my NetGalley reviews. I did 3 this morning of 16. So yeah, anyway. 3 of 16. And well, 2 of those are not NetGalley reviews, but I'll still be reviewing them for the channel and stuff like that because they're book a prize. All right, let's start the timer and get into some diamond painting. We're going to diamond paint for the next 45 minutes, and then we will have a little bit of a break, and then we'll come back and do some more. All right, 24. This is not going to take very long to get done. I expect that I'll have this done in the next couple of days. Because as I said, it is pretty quick, although I'm only I've got it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have a cut in this. This actually is not a poured glue. This is a double-sided tape, rather. Sorry. So I've actually just sectioned it up. You can see just at the top of the camera there. So I'll have another section about this size and whatnot, and I'll just work through that. So I've got 5 sections about this size left to do. So it's not going to take me very long to do and whatnot. But I had a lovely weekend with the hubby and the kids. It was really good. We had a campfire again. We got some chicken shish kebab skewers and put them on the fire for a little snack later on in the night. Done a little bit of stargazing. I watched a little bit of TV as well. There's this new channel that Brendan and I have been watching. I forget what it's called. It's Age Well or something like that. And they look at all the 80s movies and then they do a commentary, like a comic commentary over the top. And it's like, yeah, it was hilarious. We watched a bit of that on Saturday night and had a couple of drinks. And it was hilarious. It was hilarious for sure. And then we were going to go and yesterday for dinner we were going to do some blooming onions, but we couldn't get onions big enough. And then narrowly, we didn't realize the girls were going down to Brisbane yesterday, but Savannah had to get a new phone. Her phone was it was terrible. So she had to go get a new phone, and Neroli is replacing her laptop with an iPad and a keyboard and all that sort of stuff. So they went down and got all that yesterday. And yeah, anyway, when they, I said to Brendan, we went down to IGA to get the onions, but they weren't big enough. And you really need like a really large onion. So you need one about yay big, right? To make it work, and they didn't have any. So I said, "Oh, well, the girls are probably down in Brisbane. That why don't you message them? Because they'll be down at North Lakes, which has got a Costco just around the back of it. So message them, and they didn't answer. and Neryl's like, "You didn't send me a message," and then she goes, "Oh, yeah, you did." I'm like, "I know I did." That. I watched your dad. I said, I know I didn't, but your dad did, and I watched your dad type it. That she goes, oops, sorry. I said, that's all right. But and the girls are gonna. I spoke to the girls last night, and they're gonna have a weekend together next weekend as well. So, so narrowly, because I don't stay here on Saturday nights. Savannah's here by herself. Or narrowly comes over, or a friend comes over. You know, like she just potters around and whatnot. And so yeah, so anyway, when I come home last night after dinner, Savannah was saying that narrowly stayed here for the weekend, and I said, "Oh, that's good." I said, "Well, maybe you should organise for something next weekend." She goes, "Yeah, we're going to be doing something. I'm not going to be here." So they're going to hang out together. We got the water tank over to Neryl's place, and so they should be able to start bricklaying soon. It's full of water, so they should be able to do some sort of bricklaying. And that I did not realise that. I thought when you bought a house that the bricklayers and all the people do all the stuff. But apparently now, it just shows you how bloody lazy society's getting. Apparently, you've got to supply the water. And I said to Brenda, I said, "Did Neroli know that?" She goes, "No." He said, "No, she didn't know it." And basically, he helped her on Saturday to get that all sorted. But it was in her contract in very, very fine writing. So, but she's got it done now, so it'll move forward now, which will be good. So I can take some more pictures. She doesn't know I'm taking the pictures on that, but yeah, she and Savannah had a great day. Like you can always tell when they've had a great day because Savannah, Neroli is very comical and very animated, and Savannah just laughs like she can't help it. She just cracks up at her sister. And they just had the best day, and you could just see how happy they were on that. So, which is really good. I think it's just what Savannah needed, which is awesome. Yeah, so and we had as I said, we had the campfire going, and we had Brendan got when he went to Audi on the weekend, he got some little chicken shish kebabs. I think they had like a barbecue sauce on them or something like that, and we cooked them on the fire, which was nice. Pretending like we were camping. So yeah, we got the caravan. We've got the door to replace in the van as well now. So I think that will be happening very soon. As I said, the windows that got damaged when on our first trip are in. And they also they work really well. The only thing we have to do is replace the a screen on it because the holes in the screen are too big, which means that midges can get in. And when you're in coastal areas, oh yeah, there's a lot. I don't tend to get bitten, but Brendan, oh, he gets nailed like pretty badly. So yeah, so he's gonna get some fly screen for that to stop that from happening. Christy has joined us. Good morning, darling. How are you? Happy Monday. Hope everybody has a lovely, productive week. I'm planning on it. I am planning on it for sure. I am on a roll to get as many of my diamond painting whips that I've got going on right now sorted out and get them all done. I'm excited. I am excited. I have to take my finished pieces out of the pink folder that I've got now because there's more charts in there than there are finished pieces. So I'm going to take them out and put them in my little green folder. And then that way I can have my finishes in one folder and start things to start in another folder. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to look at those ones that I seen on AliExpress the other day and see if they'll work for me. I just got to get the measurements and whatnot. So yeah. And then this coming weekend, I am going down to a yarn festival with some friends. So I'm going to check out some of the yarn and that down there. I got a pattern for a crocheting socks. So I'm going to see if I can't find some stuff to do that. Which would be good. And as you know, I've got a couple of other patterns as well that I might look at getting some yarn for as well. See what's down there. On that, I may end up not buying anything because I'm pretty fussy when it comes to my yarn. So, I must say the only thing I really don't like about this chart is that we have capital M's and little M's. We've got big E's and little E's, and it's just like got to make sure. And I'm working on the side, so I've got to make sure that I'm actually getting the right one. I'm pretty sure I am because right now it looks like a backwards E. So yeah. Other than that, I just had a pretty relaxing weekend. I didn't really get on the internet. Well, but apart from YouTube, but that's because we use YouTube as like our TV. And we went to watch The Block, and we don't have ads or anything anymore. Like I pay the extra to get rid of ads on Prime. We pay for premium on YouTube, so we don't have to put up with adverts or anything like that. And and then we started watching because it's on the 9 now. So The Block, for those that don't know, is a renovation show. Well, it used to be a renovation show. This time it's a new build. Um, and last time they did a new build as well, we didn't really enjoy it as much. And we started watching it, and yeah, there's a lot of ads, and I'm not talking just one or two ads. I'm talking like 6 ads. 20-second ads, and it's just like watching normal TV, and it's the whole reason that we don't have free to air TV here, because it's just so many ad commercials. So yeah, so we started watching it, and then I found that we were just picking up like Brendan was picking up his phone, and then I was looking at what he was scrolling at and all that sort of stuff. So we decided that we're not going to watch it, and sort of not really interested because it's a new build. So it's just, I mean, yes, they're in there helping to, like, it's just there's no walls on there or anything like that. So they technically are, but it's a new build. It's not as if, like, there was one place that they went in, it was Art Deco. It was a really old building. I think it was like 100 years old or something like that, or 80 years old something. And it was absolutely stunning, this building. And it had all this Art Deco stuff in it and whatnot. And then and then they have 4 or 5 teams that come in, and each person got a unit in this building, and then they were to renovate it, right? So to bring it back up to standard. And then what happens is, so they do that. I don't know if they've got it in the States or not, but it's called The Block. It's been running for about 20 odd years here. And basically you've got these teams. They're amateur builders. Sometimes they're builders. Sometimes they might be project managers, or they're interior designers, or whatever the case may be. And so they'll come in, and the teams of 2, and then they renovate. And the Art Deco one, which was the last series that I watched, was absolutely stunning because it was a renovation show. So and they bring it back up to a beautiful standard, and then they sell them, and then basically they get prize money and all that sort of stuff. And basically this year I think it's $500,000 prize money. So it's not a small amount of prize money, and they're there for 12 weeks, and it's flat stick. But they have like teams of tradies and all that sort of stuff, and they do interior design and all this sort of stuff. And and it's go 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 go. They've got time constraints. They've got to do these builds with, like, each room within a week, and they're there for 12 weeks. They leave their family, all that sort of stuff, and they're a real mix of people usually. But anyway, as I said, we started watching it, and there were so many ads. Like, we got 5 minutes of the show, and then it went to an ad, and it was just like, and we didn't even make it through the first episode. And then, because Daryl's watching it, and we thought, oh, we'll watch that, because then, when she comes to dinner, we'll have something to talk about, And we used to watch it quite a bit when the kids were young, because it was a show that they could get right into. And at the time we were renovating, so it was really interesting to them to see how things were done. And but the ads just drive me mental. And I'm like, and Red goes, I don't know about you, but I just can't. And I'm like, I'm right there with you, dude. I can't either. So we're not watching. So yeah. All right, I think I got all those little items done. I hope that I put them on. I'm pretty sure I put them on the right place, because the E's also look like the little M's. The capital E's. So yeah, I might do the capital E's now, and then. So yeah, but it was like, it would have been nice to be able to watch it, but as I said, there was just so many ads. And and because it's sponsored by a real estate website here, Domain, where a lot of people go to find houses for sale. Like it's um, the major website for real estate rentals, buying, and all that sort of hoo-ha that goes on with that. So yeah, which is a shame because it would have been nice to be able to watch it and then, you know, have a chit chat. Like the views are absolutely gorgeous. Um, and it's being built down in Melbourne, in a suburb of, well, you can see Melbourne from the site, but it's not. I think it's about an hour away from Melbourne. I forget the name of the suburb, but they have really bad, like, because here we have like building regulations and stuff like that. We also have council building regulations where you can only have power tools going at a particular time. Like you can't be um, running, doing renos at like midnight or anything like that. You have to have power tools have to be down by a certain time, and all that sort of stuff. And these are all council bylaws. It's basically so people can live, you know, in harmony without being disturbed from their sleep or anything like that from someone that's renovating their house. You know, like you can paint your house and all that sort of stuff, but they have, I think it's 6 till 6 or 7 till 6 daily, and then on weekends it's only 9 till 3 on that. And it just keeps the peace in the neighbourhoods and stuff like that. And this neighbourhood is actually a fairly affluent neighbourhood that they're in, so they probably have stricter bylaws. So yeah, so it would be interesting to see how, because they've still got to stay, like even though they've got those restrictions, they still have to stick to those rules because that's the rules of the council. Otherwise, they get fines and stuff like that. And the block, so there's 5 couples, sorry, because there's 5 houses, and the block generally is very respectful of that, because early on in the piece, I think that there was some, I can't remember now, but I used to watch it all the time when it was first on because it was all renovation. And early on in the piece, I think that, I can't remember whether it was the ones in Sydney, they got in lots of trouble from the council because people were using power tools and all sorts of stuff. So now they're very mindful of when they use the power tools and all the council laws and stuff like that, which is good because at least then it's respecting the neighbourhood and the neighbours aren't going to have a foul taste in their mouth once the building's finished. And, you know, when the new owners take over and, you know, wondering why all the neighbours hate them and they've only just moved there. So I sort of get it. I missed 2 M's. I just found some. Comes together pretty quickly, hey? So, unfortunately, we're not going to watch it. So last night, Savannah and I watched an episode of an episode and a half of Criminal Minds, and I'm like, I'm really tired. I need to go to bed. I'm sorry. I was in bed by 9 o'clock. Because the last couple of weekends we've been out on watching the campfire, like stargazing and sitting out around the campfire, which has been really nice. But we haven't gone to bed until like last weekend. It was daybreak. This weekend it was 4:30, 5 o'clock. We went to bed. So yeah. And I said to Brendan, it's been a hot minute since we've sat up all night. We don't have kids or anything to worry about. He goes, yeah, it's actually quite nice. So, been enjoying ourselves. Love the first season of that was at Bondi. I remember the first season. That was really good. Did you see the follow up to that a couple of years later? How much? And that was another reason that I think that they brought all their tradies in to do the majority of the stuff now, because that they went back over that and they sold all of those things and it went absolutely crazy. And there were so many things that were wrong with those places that they had to go in and redo them. And this one, they've got a whole Bunnings store right in the center of it. And I said to Brendan, I said it's funny because there's been seasons that we've watched where people just go MIA, they wake up in the morning and say they're going to breakfast, and then they don't come back for hours and hours on end, and they've just been pissing about. They've really circumnavigated that now by so they've got a Bunnings store, so they don't have to leave. And probably because there was a Bunnings, there's probably not a close Bunnings store there. So they put a full scale Bunnings store in there, and in that there'll also be a McCafe, and I think that there was something else was going in there as well. And I'm like, bloody hell, they're really making sure that they don't leave. But Neralee's been watching it since it started. She goes, they actually lock the gates when the tools are down. They actually lock the gates and they have to go home. So they're actually staying off site, whereas in the past they've actually stayed on site. And I haven't watched every season either. Wow, 1999, Jesus. That long ago, wow. It's been going for a hot minute then. Wow. I feel old now. But yeah, apparently Nerale was saying they basically shut the gates, and too bad, too sad. If you're stuck in there, you're stuck in there, your car's in there. But they're staying off site in a house, like a shared house. That so normally the ones that I've watched, and as I said, I haven't watched every year. So basically, they always stayed on site. So the first room that they normally do would be a bedroom, and then they do the bathroom. So then they would be able to use the bedroom and bathroom, and whatnot. So not always. Sometimes they have an on-site bathroom that they use, and they wouldn't use the bathrooms in the houses. But so this time, and I'm like, oh, that's that, because it's a strategy game, right? Because you're in it to win it, and they're in a share house, so you can't talk at a normal volume. You're going to have to be squirrel. You're probably going to have to go elsewhere to have meetings and all the rest of it. But there's one couple, they went to that, because we watched up until they went to the house, and there was a caravan in the backyard. And the couple of the that work in the South Australian outback, they're on a property, on a station, and they're station managers, and basically they got the caravan, so they'll be able to have their meetings and stuff like that. But they still have to be pretty careful. So yeah. I haven't watched it for years. Adult TV really annoy me. Yeah, same. We found that out yesterday. Sadi has also joined us. Hello. Yes, pregnant in 99 with my first baby. Nice. If he had been a girl, he would have been called Amity, my favourite block contestant. She was pretty good. Savannah was not Savannah. Dom Jane was born in 99. She was born in March of 99. There you go. And I was 29 years old, because I old fart. So yeah, but anyway, there's been some full on. There was one block that I watched where one of the contestants walked off, just went bugger it and left. But they brought them back because there was something that happened. I can't remember what it was, but there was something that happened in that season. She was an absolute, she was so rude and so demanding and so abrupt that you just didn't like her. And then they brought her back with her partner the next season, and it's like, why? That because something went on. I think that she held the block over a barrel, um, over something. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, there was a big hoo-ha about it. Like, yeah, she was not a nice person. I just remember that. So yeah. But it like if you could get past all the ads, it'd be a pretty good show to watch on that. But as I said, I prefer the renovation side of it. This one I couldn't get there. Like it was just it's going to be a new build, and I'm like, I like it when it's a renovation because you get to see. I mean, you still get to see the process of how they come to what they want. So yeah. My husband's cousins were the siblings who competed in one of the episodes on the block. They came second narrowly. Luke and Ebony. They came second. My typing fingers are not working properly this morning. It's so good. Oh, I remember them. I'm pretty sure I remember them. I remember the siblings. Last night it was when we were yesterday when we started watching it. That there's two girls that are on there, and they're best mates. And the interviewer goes, "Oh, are you in a relationship?" I'm like, "That's a bit rude. You should probably ask that straight up." But anyway, they answered it. She goes, "No, no, I have my husband, and this is my best mate." She handled it well. She's a property manager. Oh no, she's an interior decorator, and her best mate's a property manager. So yeah. Ooh, so many pretty pink and purple colors in this one. That's exciting. That they came. I know coming second's not always great, but still that would have been exciting. Did they enjoy their experience on there? Because we only see the like sort of the drama. It was quite funny last night. They were because the first challenge was that they had to do a guest bedroom. Um, I evidently do prefer their earlier seasons too, but they had to do a guest bedroom, and it was quite interesting because we watched most of the first episode. So they went in and picked the flooring for it, and then they said, "Oh, you need to pick the rest of the house flooring." And I said to Brendan, I'm like, "Who? They just picked flooring to match the guest bedroom, and they haven't been allocated the houses yet because, like, we went back to watch the first episode." And I'm like, "Does that mean that whoever gets that house, they have to go with that flooring for that house, and it's not their choice?" Oh, if that's the case, I'm like, "Ooh, I like it." That is gonna ruffle a few feathers. So, yeah. It's just they're just too many ads. I think if it's on there, like if you watch it on normal, I mean, is it only on 9 now, or is it on the normal channel 9 as well? Because if it's on 9 now, I reckon you should be able to like. I would rather pay and have no ads, to be honest. So yeah. So right now, YouTube is a bit of a buzz with what's going on. Um, So when I started back in 2018, actually, like I've had a YouTube channel since 2012, but I didn't really do it. I didn't do anything with it up until 2018 when I started doing tutorials and stuff like that. And when I decided to do that, they were bringing in new requirements. So you had to have, it went from, there was only like a couple of hundred views that you had to have. And I think it was like 100 subscribers, and then you could get into the YouTube partner program. Anyway, when I decided that I was going to do it, they changed the goalpost. So then it went to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, which is fine. That they're entitled to do that. But just in the past week, they have changed the goalpost again. So now you still have to have 1,000 subscribers, and they've upped it. So this is for ads on your channel, right? From what I can tell, nothing else has changed. So as far as the fan funding and joining features and all that sort of stuff haven't changed. But you now need 8,000 hours of watch time. So I feel like that there's probably going to be a lot of people who are just going to go, because that are working towards being monetized, and that's the whole reason that they're on YouTube, are going to go, yeah, no, I'm out. So yeah, I don't know how that affects people that have already got like fan funding and stuff like that. I don't know how that affects it, but yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to go, yeah, I'm out, I'm done. I mean, for me, as I said the other week, I started my channel because I wanted to sort of have a legacy for my, grandbabies and whatnot. As long as the videos are here, they'll be able to learn how to sew and do other things from the videos that I have. So I just figured that's what I'll do. And as I said, there were a lot of people that would see my posts and go, oh, I wish I could do your classes. And that sort of spurred me on to do tutorials and stuff. So, yeah, but I feel like a lot of people are going to be really, I mean, I don't want to really weigh in on it because, I mean, I think it's a little bit too much. That, like, it's really hard to get 1,000 subscribers, and it's really hard. Like, I know there was one video I was watching. He's been on YouTube for 8 years and still doesn't have the 4,000 hours watch time. So yeah, and it's really, really hard to get it. And so yeah, so I feel sorry for those people that are so close, because unless they can get to it before the 31st of January next year, they're going to be excluded, and they'll have to get another 4,000, like, especially if they're really close to getting like either 1,000 subscribers, but they've got the watch time. It's going to be so hard and so disheartening for them. I'm just like, oh, I mean, everybody wants to be a YouTuber, right? At one stage there, and I sort of understand what they're doing, and it's also frustrating too, because regardless of whether you're monetized or not, they run ads on your channel. So yeah, so I just think that's a bit unfair. And a little bit of a cash grab, like, but at the end of the day, they are a business. They are wanting to make money. So, of course, they're going to, and of course, they're going to have things in place where they're going to make maximum money. Brendan was watching something the other day saying that only about 1 or 2%. I haven't watched the video on that. I don't know. So yeah, but I think that's just going to be so disheartening for everybody. Good morning, Monica. How are you? Thank you for being here currently on worker mode because you're working from home today. That's fair. That's fair. You might be able to join us at lunchtime and whatnot. So, yeah. But I can see a lot of people just getting really disheartened with the whole YouTube platform and stuff like that. And, yeah, which is a shame, because there's some pretty talented creators out there. But then they might just get disheartened for a little while and they'll come back to it, you know. I mean, some are lucky, they hit the platform and they skyrocket on that. I was not one of those. I just plodded along. I had a moment there where everything just took off. At one stage, I was getting like I was traveling to Uluru at the time, and I have a friend here looking after everything and keeping everything running and stuff like that. And she was checking in every day because we didn't have internet access, but she'd send a message every day telling me what the subscriber count was because it just blew up one day, like for a bit. I don't even know if it was one particular video because all the videos were just doing really well, but I must have been pushed out in the algorithm and a whole heap of people were following me. And I went from 1,800 in a 2-week period. I went from 1,800 or 2,000 subscribers to over 5,000 subscribers. And at the time, Brennan had just started as well, and he was having the same thing. There was lots of subscribers happening and whatnot, and he beat me by I don't know about five or 10 minutes of clicking over to the 5,000. We actually pulled up on the side of the road, and to watch it tick over because like both of us had worked pretty hard. Well, Brendan goes not as much. He goes, I worked harder than him, but either way, it's still hard to edit and all that sort of stuff when you don't know how to do it. And yeah, it was quite interesting. And it was also very exciting too. So there was that. It was a lot of fun. We pulled up on the side of the road and we were watching it, and then and then he went live because we had he had we had internet that day when we pulled up, and he went live to watch it go over. So yeah, it was very exciting. But yeah, it beat me by about 10 minutes. Like, damn it! And now I'm like, and now he's on, but then he didn't do much with his channel for a couple of years, and still hasn't really done too much. But he's at 10 and a half, almost 11,000. And so yeah, Luke was a carpenter and Ebbs was the interior designer, and it was full on apparently. Yeah, it looks full on. Like I said to Brennan, I said, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I think I would be just, yeah, I would just end up crying probably from exhaustion. So yeah, I don't think I'd put my hand up. And I asked Brendan, he goes, oh, I don't think I would either. So yeah, so I would never, because we've worked together and done renos and stuff like that, but at our own pace, not at a breakneck speed like that. Because 12 weeks is a short time to do stuff, like really short time to do stuff. Yeah, I still don't know like whether I want to go back to doing tutorials or not. I may do one a month or something. I'll just see how I go. But right now I'm really enjoying just getting my craft done and sort of doing this live streaming and vlog style sort of thing. Yeah, I sort of like it. Like the vibe at the moment. I didn't want to go in straight. I am looking forward to getting out there and seeing the big wide world and doing a bit of traveling. Summer can't get here quick enough, I tell you. I said to Brendan, and I think even Brendan said it the other week, it's got to be the slowest winter ever. And I said, yeah, that's the problem with anticipation. It makes everything drag out. And so, yeah. As I said, we've got the caravan door. We're just doing things slowly. Like every trip, we're sort of gonna make sure, like, take note of what we use, what we don't use. We've got a new. We're looking at a couple of awnings as well. So I'm hoping that because I said, Brenda, it'd be good if we can have because there's these 360 awnings that you can get that attach to the side and then they swing out and they're really easy to put up and put down. I said it'd be really good if we can get one even if we don't get a 360 one, but put another awning on the other side where the shower is attached to the van. And because we're self-sufficient, so we don't need to go into powered sites or anything like that. We've got solar, we've got a shower cubicle that's attached off the side, we've got a little pump bucket, and whatnot. And yeah, so but that's like, and we're going to look at getting a little mini gas hot water system, instant gas hot water system. So if we do travel in the cooler parts of the country, we've got hot water, because up here in summer you just have a cold shower because it's that bloody hot, and whatnot. So yeah, and I've asked Brendan to, where the shower is, to put, like, you can get these little like cutouts, and they're like a little cupboard that you put in, and they're only probably about this deep, but they got a little door on it. And I said to him, can he cut one? And he can. He looked to see if he can do that, for just so we don't have to keep carrying our toiletries and stuff. So he's going to get so we're going to get one probably a little bit longer and put it in, so I can have, we can keep our soap in there, shampoo in there, toothpaste, toothbrush, all that sort of stuff, and just have it like a little bathroom cabinet. So we're doing the van really slow because we want it to be spot on. We don't want it to be hard. We just want to pull up. And right now it's really good because we can pull up, we can pull the awning out, and basically there's a little table where we can eat inside, but there's also a little fold-out table that we can set up for the gas stoves and whatnot. And yeah, so just trying to refine it now, and but we haven't gone on any trips or anything because it's a lot colder out here than down on the coast, but we also wanted to get some stuff done on it. So yeah, just trying to finesse it at the moment. It'll be good once it's done, though. I'm going to be driving it this coming weekend down to my friend's place, and I'm looking forward to it because I actually haven't driven the van yet. I mean, it's not hard. I've driven vans like it before, but I haven't driven this particular van. So I want to. I said to Brendan, "Can I take it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll make sure it's all ready for you to go." And so at least then I've got a feel for it as well. So which will be good, because I don't want to get out on the road and then not be able to drive it, and then it's just Brendan doing all the driving. So, yeah. Especially if we go like on long trips, we can both drive it and we can just keep driving. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to necessarily stop straight away. But we did watch this reel that I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was on Facebook. And this particular grey nomad said that, we follow these 3 simple rules. And then they went on to say they drive for 3 hours, get to their place, and make sure that they're to the place that they're going to before 3 p.m. and they only stay for 3 days. And I'm like, that is so good. Like that. And I sent it to Brandon. He goes, that's actually pretty good too. Like, he thought it was a good idea as well. So yeah, we might do that. But like, if we want to get to, like, say we want to go to Victoria and do a bit of traveling around Victoria, then the first couple of days we can just drive there. And then once we get to Victoria, say for instance, we might be going to Echuca, right? So we can just drive straight through New South Wales and Queensland and get to Victoria, Echuca, and start our journey there. And then we can travel around Victoria for, and it'd be good if I could drive the van without a problem. I'm a pretty good driver. Like, Brendan would prefer me to drive the truck than anybody else because he trusts my driving. He knows that I'll look after the vehicle and stuff like that. But for me, I get a little bit nervous if I haven't driven something before, and if he's in the car, and then it makes me a bit more nervous for some reason. I know that he's not judging me. He doesn't care. But for some reason, I get myself worked up in a little bit of a tears, And so, yeah. So I figured this weekend would be good for me to just drive it and, yeah, go from there. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And it's got a bed and it's got power. It's got a little fridge, so I can, put I can put some drinks and stuff in there, and have my fruit and stuff that I will want to eat, and little pack lunch for the next day. Um, for when we go to the yarn show, because the food's always expensive. Um, that's I'm just going to take my own little snacky snacks, and yeah, and I can hang out with Leanne, and Leanne doesn't have to give up her bed for me. She goes, "Oh, I'll just sleep in with Lolly," and I'm like, "No, I'll just take my van. Thank you very much." I just feel bad about that. I know that she doesn't care, but I just feel bad about it. All right, we're gonna have a quick break because my coffee's gone cold, and I'm gonna go make another one. Let me bring up the banner. We will be back in 15 minutes. And let me just it'll be 15 minutes after the hour. Let me just change that. 9, no, 10:15. Started at 9. Okay, save, show. Yeah, so we'll be back in 15 minutes. So 15 after the hour. For wherever you are, I'm going to mute, put some music on, and then we'll come back. I'm just going to go make myself another cup up. I've already had breakfast this morning, so that's good. And I will see you all in 15. All right, we're back. How did we go in that little break? I decided not to have a coffee. I ended up getting a mineral water instead because my throat's a little bit, how you go, a bit scratchy today. So I got a mineral water, which has got no flavouring in it. It's just mineral water. And yeah, had a bit of a stretch, walk around things. Now we're going to get back into it. So let me set the timer for 45 minutes. And we'll do our next little crafty session. Right, what number is this? 25A. So yeah. We'll, however, put some of this on. Have the music going in the background. There we go. I think that this is going to be done before the end of the week, to be honest, because it's gone pretty quick. I mean, I didn't do the full amount of this. Some of it was already done, but the wings are a little bit confetti heavy, though. A lot of single placing, not too much block colouring in this one. But it's still going pretty quick. So that's not too bad. I'm still really blown away by the fact that I got that big piece done. Like, so blown away by it. If you haven't seen it, I actually finish it on screen and then I take it outside so you can have a closer look at it. That was yesterday's video, so you go and check that out. It's labeled "We Have a Finish," I think, and WIP and chat. So go check it out. Looks really good. And I did fix the line of drills that wouldn't stick down. I managed to get them sorted. So they, I just checked it before in that break, and they're all definitely down. So now that it's dry completely, I'm going to put it on the cutting board and I'm going to use my roller just to make sure that all the drills are down and secured. And then I'm going to put it away because I've got to save up for the frame. The frame's going to cost me probably a couple of $100. So I'm going to save up for that. Because I just want that piece to be right. It's going in the library. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get the frame for it. It may end up just sitting in the tube for, however long on that, because it's not a high priority at the moment. And then I'm also of the same, do I want to get the frame for it now, or do I want to wait until I've moved over to Nanango? And I don't know how long that's going to be. So I think that maybe I might end up just getting it framed and having it in the library here. And then make sure that I've got room for it over there. That's so yeah. So I still have to make decisions, right? And so I'm better off not rushing into it and just putting it away for now. It's done, so it doesn't matter. I've got a tube that I put them in, and it's really, I've actually got 2 tubes now because I've also got the Heaven and Earth tube that they come in. So which is quite secure. So, and I've got another one from Craftably, which is also secure. But as I said, I'm thinking about getting onto AliExpress and just getting these bigger ones, and seeing what the size are, and then maybe I might be able to lay them flat and not have them curled up as much. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're curled up. It's easier to just flatten them out, but it'd also be easier to just have a look at them every now and again. So yeah, I showed Brendan the finish, and he just looked at it. He goes, "You have so much patience. I guess I would not be able to do that." But then I was thinking maybe I should take a small diamond painting and a couple of extra things, and then we can sit there while we're traveling, and he can help. He might like it because every person that I know that's got ADHD loves this shit. Does something to their brain and just calms it down. Today. Because we've worked out like that. Well, I told Brennan that I'm going to be taking stuff with me, and that we've just got to work out how we're going to work it in the morning. I'm thinking that maybe, a couple of hours in the morning, maybe an hour in the afternoon, do some stitching or embroidery or something along those lines. I don't necessarily have to do it all day every day like I do here, because we are going to be like bushwalking and kayaking and all that sort of stuff. But I also like to have my coffee in the morning and just chill. So yeah. So it goes together quickly. We almost finished this bit. Gives you time. It gives you the time you might need to get everything done just right. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right, Tanya. Yeah, especially when it comes to something that you're going to be framing and putting up on your wall. Come on. I don't want to come out of the little tray today. Being a little bit temperamental. Last time we went away, I got a little bit sunburnt. So I said to Brendan last night, I said, I'm going to get myself a banana chair. And as soon as the weather warms up, I'm going to spend about I'll start off at about half an hour a day out in the sun, just to a little bit of colour, because I haven't been out in the sun for a very long time. So, yeah, I get a little bit scorched. And I have combination olive skin, olive fair. And I don't normally, like, I do go a little bit pink, but I don't normally burn like I did last time. So I said to him, I think what I'm going to do is get a little banana chair. I wouldn't mind getting one of those old clickety clack ones, the ones with the van. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tanya. Sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one of those. Remember those banana chairs they used to call them, the clickety clack ones, the ones that used to like bite your fingers. So, yeah. We were talking about that last night. I said I wouldn't mind getting one of those, but you can't get them anymore. So yeah, I've got to find one that's right, so I can lay it flat, and then also have it sit up so I can do that, like get out in the sun and drink a coffee or whatever. I think that's probably the best way to do it, because at least I'm not going to scorch myself. And Brendan said the same thing. He goes, yeah, I might walk around with my shirt off for an hour a day and or half an hour a day and season the skin up a bit, because we're going to be beaching and all that sort of stuff, and I do not like rush shirts at all. They can feel like they're constricting me, and it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I just don't like them. I don't like wetsuits either, FYI. So yeah. It's just the way I am. It's not that it's not the fabric that annoys me or anything like that. When I was little, I got myself caught in my bedding and really scared myself to the point that I like freaked out. I don't like things that I couldn't get out, so I got myself caught up in all the blankets, and I was little, and I got myself down at that stage. My grandmother was like making beds like in the army, so like you're almost tucked in. Anyway, I scooted down the bottom of the bed, and I got caught down there and I couldn't get out, and I freaked myself out. Subsequently from that, I'm scared of the dark. I'm claustrophobic, and I don't like feeling like I'm being held in place. And so yeah, and that's where it all stems from. It's got nothing other than that. I mean, I've got better as I've got older, but still, like wetsuits and anything that's really tight on me, it sometimes makes me feel really constricted, and I'm just like, no, I can't wear that today. Sometimes I can, and I use sunscreen and stuff like that, but I'm just going to do a little bit of sunbaking and get a little bit of vitamin D without scorching myself. So yeah. Very good. It'd be nice to just lay out in the sun for an hour reading my book. I haven't done that in a hot minute. And going out earlier in the day too, like before 10 o'clock. Oh, it won't be as hot. Didn't even pick one up. Sometimes they stick in the nib, and but sometimes you don't even pick one up. I will get all these little ends done. Oh, 16. We've got another band video to edit, but we just haven't got to it in the last couple of weeks. So I might, when I go over to Brendan's this week, and just go, hey, where's that video? So I can just get it all together and edit. Hopefully get that up. The reason I bought the videos, like with the 8,000 hour watch time, we're about to start a travel video, travel channel called Destination Unknown AU, and we haven't got anything up yet, but we want to do that. And I was like, damn, 8 hours. But 8,000 hours is a lot. but I have a plan, so we'll see where we end up on that. As I said to Brendan, so it'll probably happen, it won't be as fast as we want it to be, but we'll get to a point where we can, get sponsorships and all that sort of stuff and whatnot. So we'll just see how we go. Oh, is that a diamond? No, that's a triangle. What the heck is that? It's definitely a triangle. Oh, there it is, 10. Oh, it's blue on that thing. That's why it wasn't standing out. I thought it was purple. Because it looks purple on here. It's actually really nice to do these round ones after doing the square ones, because you get a little bit pedantic with the square ones because you want them to line up, and you can get really obsessed with making sure they're in a straight line and all this sort of stuff, and especially if you're using white underneath, it could be that keep tripping you up because you can see the gaps. But as soon as you turn the light off, it's like, oh, it's actually looking really good. I didn't need to worry about that. So yeah. And anyway, lots of color changes right now, which holds you up a little bit. 26. Lots of little changes. I just put them in the top lid because it's quicker to get them out of that. Well, things are falling down. It's so pretty. 33. We don't know where we're going yet. I think we just want to just get in the thing and just drive and see where we end up. We do have this card game. I have to find it. I think I put it away in my library, where it has like all directions in it. So it's like get in the car and drive for 4 hours northwest, right? And then pick another car. So you drive for 4 hours northwest, and then you investigate that. You could end up in the middle of nowhere, and then it'll be like drive 100 kilometers down the road and take a left, your first left. And yeah, and it's called Getting Lost or something along those lines. It was developed in New Zealand. And there is a New Zealand edition of it as well. And I'm like, we should use that. And Brent's like, yeah, right. And see where we end up. Because we're self-sufficient, it doesn't matter. We're going to have our food with us. We'll have extra fuel and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, we'll fill up and all that sort of stuff as we go. But yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And you don't have to do it all the time. Well, not that much. I just need one. But it'd be fun to do it every now and again. I got them for Brendan ages ago because he loves to drive. And I said to him, here you go, I got these for you. You should use these one day. And he never did. So now we have the opportunity to do it. So, yeah. I'm just going to find them. I put them away somewhere. I can't remember where I put them. I think I might have put them in the cupboard in the diamond painting room, to be honest. Because I've got a little basket in there with games and stuff in it. So it's probably in there. Oh, that was what I needed. Okay, that section is now. Oh no, it's not. I've got one more to do. It's under my hand. 30. That's 40. Evidently, I can't count. Hello, Molly. Welcome on in. How are you today? What's happening in your neck of the woods? What you working on? I also listen to all them dogs. A little bit of that as well. In that sprint. Figured well. Chip away at it. I don't have much to go of it. And then I'll be reading The Palm House. I can't think of the author's name. All right, there's that first section done. For those that don't know what I'm doing, I'm actually rolling it. It just makes sure that everything is stuck down, especially on these cheaper ones, and also that everything snaps into place as well. And then I can feel if anything is not in place. When I run my hands over it, it'll be lifted, but that's all smooth, so it's ready to go. All right, let's move on to the next section. I think I might just do this section here because it'll be easier than I can do that one. All right, I'll just do this section. That way. That way, it's done. You can keep these papers, if you cut them smaller off your double-sided tape diamond paintings, and then you can use them when you've got the cellophane and use them as release papers. So you can keep those. I have some from Diamond Art Club. I don't tend to keep them, but I do have a little stockpile of them from previous paintings because when the kids are doing them, I can give it to them instead of giving them my super expensive release papers. I can just use this. And I generally just do them in this size because I find in one sitting this is a good size. Like if I'm not filming or whatever, I can just pull this release paper off. I generally don't cut it, but I'm going to finish this today, this section. And I just fold it back, and then that way I can cut it off when I need to and just move on. So yeah. All right. 7. I woke up with a touch of a headache today. I don't know why. I do know why, because I ate crap yesterday. I probably had too much crap yesterday. I had a bit of a blowout of my healthy eating. Sometimes that happens. But I had a couple of bits of toast this morning and 2 eggs and a tomato fried up. And that was very tasty, so I was happy with that. At least it's not raining. It was raining a bit last night, and it was supposed to rain today, but the sun seems to have come out, and it's yeah, it's quite it's a bit windy, but it's starting to warm up a little bit, so that's always a bonus. I will say one thing, this double-sided tape one, Tricia, it's sticky. Made a wee bit more progress on the diamond painting, and now on chapter 26. Nice. Nice. I have no idea what chapter I'm on. I think I'm at about 11%. Running a little bit behind with my books, but I will catch up today. So I tend to do shortish books on Mondays because I don't do any reading. I do very minimal reading on a Sunday. I might, if I'm chopping up veggies or stuff like that with Brendan, I might put my headphones on, but generally I don't. And I don't read until I get home on Sunday night. So, yeah. We almost have some fairy wings. I thought it was very nice of the girls to mop the floor. I can assure you they never did it off their own bat while they were kids, that's for sure. But it was nice to come home and it was done. I always appreciate someone taking over and doing stuff like that for me. It may never happen again in my lifetime, but anyway, at least it's happened once. Gosh, there's a little dog up the road. I don't know what is going on with it, but geez, it's going off its dial. And I'd say it's like a little lap dog because it sounds really squeaky. I'm like, what is going on? It's on. I don't often hear it, so the owner must be out today. Oh, but it is not happy. Oh, it's on. I've got a lot of drills to empty out. I've got there was so much black left. Look at this from so these were all the black one, and there's still some in the little tub that I have. So there's all this black left, and then I had these were all a lot of colors that there was a lot of, so there was bound to have a lot left over. So I've got those. I'm going to hold on to them because I do have several other squares, and they're from Diamond Art Club, so I'm assuming will be very similar colors. So I'm going to hold on to them. I'm going to put them into another storage system. But yeah, there was still quite a number of drills left, and that I was quite surprised. But I do have a lot to get rid of now. Okay, that I must have thrown out that other the Dead Girl because I was just having so many problems with the canvas, and it was only a cheap one that I got like really early on I think in 2018, maybe 2019, off AliExpress. It's quite amazing how quick, when you get into a rhythm, how quick you can single place and even multi-place. And I would say it's probably been only in the last 2 years that I've really got hold of the multi-placing, because prior to that, I always just single placed. And I'm enjoying it, but I do like if I'm in like say I went to, because sometimes I take this to stitching, like I've gone to stitching before and taken diamond painting instead of like stitching, because you can take any craft, you don't have to just do stitching. And so when I'm in a group setting, I tend to just single place because it's easier. You don't make a mistake, because it's easy to make mistakes when you're in a social setting and you're crafting and whatnot. You miscount, you misplace, all that sort of stuff. So and it's in that sort of scenario, I tend to just a single place, and when there's a lot of confetti too, I tend to single place. But it's probably only been in the last 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, that I've really got the hang of multi-placing squares. It's probably been 3 years of rounds. The rounds are definitely easier to multi-place, I find. Squares tend to get a little unruly sometimes and get a little bit crooked and whatnot, but they're easily fixed, like very easy to fix the situation. But yeah. And for a long time there, like it's with the black cat, I was actually multi-placing up to 6 drills. But for a long time there, I wouldn't do any more than 3 at a time because I felt like I had more control on that than I did with, doing a couple at a time. So I'm pretty happy. It doesn't mean that I'll just sit there and smash them out. I'll just, still take my time because I like taking my time with it. I don't like rushing it because otherwise I've just got to replace it, right? And that just means more money and whatnot. And I counted how many Diamond Art Club ones that I've got the other day. I've got 13. Actually, I've got 12 and one that's from another company, but it's the same sort of canvas and whatnot. And then I've got the 2 Heaven and Earth. So technically, I won't have to for 15 years. If I only do one big one a year, I won't have to buy anything for 15 years. But they're not all massive either. So, but as I said, I take my time with the bigger ones. The little ones I can sort of do, I can just set up out here and do them, but I have the big ones usually on my architect table. And then I can just, anytime it takes my fancy, I can just go and sit at the table and do it because they're set up, ready to go. I'm glad that I got it. I'm really glad that I've got it. And when we do, because I don't think did I tell you that Brandon and I decided that I want to deck out either a double-decker bus where I have the living quarters upstairs and my craft and library downstairs, or 2 buses in an L shape like this, which is probably going to be 2 buses because the double-deckers are hard to get now, and deck it out. And one will be living quarters, one will be library and craft, because I need a bus. I need something long because I was going to get like those demountable like little units and have 2 of those. But the problem is when we've looked at them, the long arm machine might be crampy in there, and that's so. I was just looking at buses. I don't mind living in something like that, and I was like, maybe we could deck that out. And then I found a few things on Pinterest, and I'm like, we were going to get like a little pod unit for me to live in, and then we're going to do something else for the library. And I said, maybe we should get this. And I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing it out like a library and whatnot in one bus, and in a double-decker bus or something like that. And of course it'll have like a porch and all that sort of thing. And yeah, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to live in a little pod where I'm limited. It's very generic. So if we have it like this, so it'll create a square at the front. Let me get a pencil. So say this is it here. So this is one bus and this is the other bus. And so we'll have this square here in front of the buses as a covered area, like the extra living area, outdoor area. And then at the back of the buses where they meet, there'll be a section where we'll be able to put a bathroom in, which will be separate to the buses. So, or it may be in one bus. We don't know yet. So it would just depend on the bus that we get. But we have had a look at a couple of buses. Brendan's been I haven't seen them yet, and we want to get one that needs to be fixed up because we want to put like a little wood fire oven in fireplace in the library one, and we want to do bookshelves in it and all that sort of stuff as well. So so we've been looking at that, and I've just been getting inspiration for it. So I think that that'll probably happen once we've got the van sort of done. But I did say to Brendan, I do want to have it how I want it, and it's going to be sort of like gypsy boho style, and we're going to line the buses. The library one will be lined, even the living one will be lined with timber as well, so it'll give it a lot of insulation and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. I think it'll be really nice to have something like that. And we're trying to get ones that are still sort of mobile, so if we need to move or anything like that, they'll be easy enough to move. So yeah, so it's a little bit of planning and stuff like that, but it's exciting. It's exciting on that. So yeah. Christina says, I only use the single places. I used to use the multi places, but it was always crooked. But then I can't draw a straight line either. Me either. I find using a metal straightener and a plastic one where you can butt them up and you can manipulate them. It works really well. When I was in school, I was an aide for one of the officers, and she would not let me put the address stickers on the envelope. I could never get them straight enough for her. Oh, that's so funny. So crazy. I've been dreaming of doing just that, and maybe a third or fourth for the boys. Nice. Yeah, I think we don't have. I like the old yellow buses that you guys have over there. We don't have them here. Well, some have been imported and whatnot, but they cost a pretty penny. But I think it'll be really, we've sort of looked at it, and it'll be pretty cost effective, like if we get the right price bus as well. So, and we've had a look at a couple, so as I said, Brendan's actually gone and seen them, but I've looked at a couple online. And so yeah, I've also seen some made from shipping containers. Yeah, the problem with shipping containers is they can be a little bit problematic, because we were looking into that, because that's what we're going to do. Get me a little demountable, and then maybe get a shipping container for the long arm machine. And so, but the problem is you have to, there's so much stuff you've got to do to them to make them livable, and then you've got to find the right one as well, because they've got damage to them and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's quite interesting when you start looking into it. It sounds like a really good idea, because there was a plant that I found, and we were going to look at that, and that's what and do that. But when we started looking into it, there was quite a number of issues that would arise, and so we decided not to go that way. And there's these little pods, little pods that you can use that are livable and whatnot. So I may still end up with one of those, and then all my stuff in storage for a little while, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So yeah, my books may end up being maybe just because what I said to Red, I have no problem living in the little pods. That's not a problem at all. I said, but I would like to still have my craft stuff and all that sort of stuff. So maybe, and then I looked at it like a little van set up as a library, like what we've got as the travel thing, and then I'm like, oh, maybe, and that's where I ended up with the bus and stuff like that. I've also seen some that are made from shipping containers. You read that? Son and I used to watch Bryce all the time. Who's Bryce? I don't know who Bryce is. So I probably do, but I just can't remember right now. Having a bit of a brain fart, obviously. So yeah. All right. We're going to have a break in just a moment, because the alarm is about to go off, and if I could read the alphabet, I'd be great. Having a little bit of issue this morning. So yeah. But I think it'll be really good. It'll be really cozy. Not only that, there'll be a lot of I can have plants again and all that sort of stuff. 'Cause the plants just without running all of the UV lights in here, they just die. And so it'd be nice to be able to have some like a little bit of brightness and everything. The library will probably be a little bit more cozier and like not as many windows exposed, or they'll have the windows exposed, but I will be able to put like some Venetian blinds or something up on there, and just limit the amount of light that comes in there. But I said to Brent, I definitely want to have a fireplace in there, and he's like, yep, we can do that, not a problem. And I definitely want to be able to have both my library and my craft stuff as well. And he's like, yep, cool, no worries. So we've just been getting on Pinterest and having a bit of a look and seeing what we can utilize. And we like the idea of like reusing a lot of stuff as well. So and the outdoor area, I said to him I would like in one corner to have a spa, and then also have like a fire pit and stuff, so with some seating around it, so when the family comes over we've got room outside. But the actual bus itself is just like a cozy living room for me and Brendan, and a sleeping area and whatnot. So yeah. What is the make of your architect table, if you don't mind me asking? I have no idea. I got it from Officeworks. I got it ages ago, and I cannot remember, Tanya, what it was. And sometimes the Prices Plus or the Reject Shop get them in, but it's just a table that basically the top you can have it on an angle and whatnot. So yeah, I'm currently researching which one to purchase, and I haven't found anything I like yet. Yeah, I just got it from Officeworks. So if you put in architect table or design table, maybe, I think you might find it under in Officeworks. You'll get it from there. They don't always have them either. They sort of come in and out on that. So yeah. And Christina says tiny house, big living, or something like that. He traveled all over the world looking at different houses. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I've watched him too. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I didn't realize his name was Bryce though. The New Zealand guy. Yeah, he goes all over the place. Yeah, I love watching those as well. And that there is a girl, I'll find the link. I'll have to ask Brendan. He's in the truck at the moment, but I'll ask Brendan tonight. There's a girl that's building a shipping container house over in WA, Western Australia here, and she's doing it by herself. I will get the link and I'll send it through to you on that, because you might like watching her as well. But she's a goer. Like, she gets in and she gives everything a red hot bash, and she's been doing it for a while. So I think she's a fly in, fly out worker. So she only works when she's at home and whatnot. So yeah. All right, we are going to go and have a quick break. I've got to go to the loo. So let me just edit that. And we'll change that to 11. Save. Show. And we'll be back in 15. right, we are back. How did we go? Did we get all the stuff? I went to Lou and listened to a little bit more of my book, and I'm at about 35%, I think I'm at. So not too bad. As I'm a little bit behind with my books. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. The ideas can come. We try to use tiny house ideas here in our house for space saving and stuff. The ideas can come in handy when they work. Yeah, for sure. When I grew up, I had to share a room with my brother and sister. Most places we lived, I think I didn't get my own room until I was like 14. And there was one house that I had a room of my own for about 6 months when I was 11, 12, something like that. And so when you share a room with two other siblings, you've got a lot of stuff. So, and you've only got a small space, so you've got to be a little bit creative with how you lay out your room and all that sort of stuff. So whenever I've rented a place, I've never really worried about the size of the rooms because I've always been able to, make the best of small places and whatnot. So yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to it, to be honest, because I know that I'll be able to fit everything in. It'll have a nice working area. I'm also not going to be, running classes and all that sort of stuff. And like considering I've only got a small space here, I think it's like 3.5 meters wide by 12 meters long. So, and maybe it's 4 meters wide. And I have managed to pack a lot of stuff into this little area because this is all my craft stuff in this area. And I've got the long arm machine in here as well. And that's what I said to Brendan. I need something that is going to be able to fit all of this. And the library, well, that's only a small single room, a single bedroom. So, yeah. And the good thing, too, with the bus, too, like you can drop the floor down if you need to in certain places. So we can do stuff like that. I probably won't do that, but if we need to, we can for the library to give us extra space. We're just going to build the shelves in to the library as well, around some windows, not all windows, but yeah. I'll probably have the library on the west because where it's going to sit, I'll probably have it on the western side because that's the afternoon sun, and that'll insulate from the heat as well. So yeah, but anyway, it's all a plan at the moment of where what we're going to do, where we're going to get it. But we have looked at. Brendan has actually looked at a couple of buses, and just to see what's out there. And yeah, I mean, ideally, it'd be good to get a double-decker bus and even maybe a single bus later on down the track, but because you can have the living space. But as we also said too, yeah, that'd be good. But then we also are getting older, and stairs might be an issue later on down the track. They're not now, but later on down the track they might be. So yeah, we've got to think it through, right? And whatnot. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun in the planning stages and all that sort of stuff, and finding what sort of style we want and all that sort of thing. So yeah, all right, let me just start the timer, and that way we can finish up, and because this will be our last reverse sprint, because I've got a ton of editing and transferring of files and book reviews to do, and I'm planning on doing some of that this afternoon. I'm not in such a tiz now about finishing stuff, so I probably will just do like a couple of hours each day for the streams, except for Wednesdays and Fridays. This Friday will only be a short stream. I'll probably only do 4 hours, and I'm probably going to start early on the YouTube channel because I'm actually going to go and do some shopping. Well, actually perusing is probably more the term. I'm going to go and check out all the all the pretties at the yarn festival. So my car's been making a bit of a weird sound, and Brendan thinks it might be an engine mount, so he's going to have a look at that this week and hopefully get that sorted. And we hope that that will also fix the gearbox situation as well, because we're having a bit of. So it's really weird when you start the car, it won't go into gear properly. And there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the clutch. The fluid's all right, all that sort of stuff. We can't see anything that's actually wrong with the clutch. But then once it warms up, it's fine. So it's been a bit of a puzzler on that. And yesterday, Brendan goes, I wonder, because when we first got that car, it had an engine mount problem. And Brendan goes, I wonder if it's an engine mount. So, and he did a little test yesterday, and he thinks while we're driving, he said, I think it is. So if that's the case, it's, yeah, I mean, it's still time and effort to fix it, but it's not, it's not a gearbox out and replacing clutches and all that sort of stuff. So, and it wasn't a gradual thing either. It just started happening. Like, I got in it one day and I couldn't get it into gear, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, it was funny because I take Brendan down the road, so I just I can step out onto my road, look down my road, and I can see the mall and everything down the end of the street, the center of town. So I just putted, along in second gear until the gearbox, until it got warm. And Brendan's like, "Do you just do this around town?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." On that, I don't want to wreck the gearbox. I don't want to wreck the linkages or anything on the gearbox. So I'd just rather putter around, and when it's ready to go in gear, it'll go in gear. And other than that, everything's working fine on it. Like, it's just that little thing. And as I said, once it warms up, it goes into gear, so it's not an issue after 5 minutes. So yeah. It's a nice little comfortable car because I drive backwards and forwards from Brendan's place, so it's a nice little comfortable car. Can't believe how much editing I've done. And I said it because I was doing some this morning, and I said it to Savannah, and Savannah goes, "You should always do it as you go, Mum." I just looked at her, she goes, "You taught me that." I'm like, "No." I'm like, yeah, don't throw my lessons back in my face. I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, I have been doing really good with it. I said, until this month on that. But I've started doing it. I've got my little computer set up in my bedroom. So I figured what I'll do is tonight I'll do another one. I've also got to do scripts and stuff as well. So I just figured I'll just leave it in there. And then when I get in bed tonight when I get back from Brendan's, I'll just basically open up the computer and start writing the reviews and slowly chip my way through them. It won't take, once I get, because I've got all my notes and stuff, it won't take me long once I just get started. Like this morning, as I said, I've got 3 written, and I started on the 4th one. So it won't take me too long. I just got to sit down and do it. I may even tomorrow morning before I start, I have breakfast and I'll take my computer out and have my cup of coffee out in the kitchen or something, and yeah, just potter away, as they say, and chip away at them, and then I'll get them done. Melissa is back, had supper and cleaning, and now back to stitching. Hi all. Hey, how are you? What did you have for dinner? How'd your stream go? Melissa is also doing a video a day this month as well. Which is super exciting. I'm actually glad I did it because it's got me back into the routine of it's actually been quite inspirational to get stuff done, and it's also been inspirational in the way that it's getting me to do something on my channels. I'm getting a fair few books read as well. And yeah, so it's just, it's been a good experience all round. I'm pretty happy that I did it. I decided to do it. I wasn't sure at first. I was like, maybe, I don't know. I ummed and ahed about it for ages, didn't I, Christina? But once and as I said to my friend Gail, like once I set myself a challenge, I tend to stick to them. Sometimes I don't. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but even she said, she goes, yeah, you do. Supper was good. Just had chicken and rice leftovers. Our stream went well. Thanks. Awesome. Love to hear it. So yeah, so I'm really, I knew it. Since I put it away. Let's see one. As I said, this is not going to take me long to do because this is the second section that I'm doing this morning in this little stream. And so, yeah. As I said, this is the last sprinty sprint as well. Chatty sprint, reverse sprints, whatever you want to call them. Because I've got a ton of stuff to do on that. So, and if you want to see my finish, you can go and check out that video. It dropped yesterday, so you should be able to see that. It looks pretty good. I was really happy with it, actually. It's very glittery too. Looked really good in the sunlight. It's going to look amazing behind on the frame as well. But as I said earlier, that's something that I'll just wait to make sure it's right with what I'm getting. So the good thing about the website that I'm going to get because they post them out, the website that I'm going to get the frame from, I can put a picture in of my finished piece, and I slipped. And then I can actually just play around with the frame. So I'm going to take my time. I probably will do it this week to find out how much I'm up for, like the size of the frame. And then I'll have a ballpark figure, and I'll be able to know exactly how much I've got to save and all that sort of thing. So, because I don't get like things like Afterpay or anything like that, I just save up for it because we don't want any debt. Oops. Knock my phone off then. A lot of single placing this time because of the way that the chart's been done. It's looking good though. I'm pretty happy with it. As I said, these were a cheaper canvas that I got from Easy Whim, and I don't know they do the subscription boxes anymore. Actually, I haven't seen them around for ages. So, but it was a lot of fun to just get the subscription box and just get a couple of them. Like I've got some of the stuff that came in, and like because they send you like they'll send you a craft project as well as a diamond painting. So I got 2 diamond paintings in them, but there's also this cushion which has butterfly on it. So you can see there. It's a partial. And the back's really nice, like it's woven and whatnot. But I started doing it. I haven't finished it yet. This is another one that I've got going on. I just wanted to see what it looked like. That's why I just sort of started it. And it's fine. Like it's very tactile. It's definitely a display thing. But I thought I could make this for Mia and send it down. He likes butterflies. The best part about it, it's its own little project because I've got all the bits and pieces in it and whatnot. And there's guess what I just found? Christmas card pack. I just found my thing. It's a diamond painted journal. So yeah, I just found that. Cool. I'll keep that with this. It's fine. So yeah, so I've got that. Sorry, and then there's, because these are all things that I get like from fan sales and stuff. I've got all these like Christmas cards that are diamond painting. My friend sent me one. That's a little piggy that's diamond painted, very cute, and just writes in them, so they're quite nice inside. So I've got a heap of those. So these are all Christmas ones. So I put all my Christmas stuff together the other day. So I have that. Or when I say the other day, that was about a month ago. Little candle. So these all get done as well, and then I'll just put them into. And I don't necessarily send them out, but I'll send them out to friends and whatnot. And I've just got all the stuff in the back, and I cannot believe this is just my handwritten one. This is just no, this is not the one that I had. No. Oh, this is one that I was using for just small stuff. So Painted Beauty was the one that I got framed. I did that in 2021. And then I've got the journals. And then the Day of the Dead Girl, which is full coverage, but I didn't write the date down for that. Soul Sisters. These were all just cheap ones that I've done. This is not the original. No, the other one is it's like it's only small and it wraps around. That I've got all my big stuff in. This is just all my little stuff. So they're all the Christmas cards that are there. And then that's the cushion, what it will look like. So yeah. So yeah, in 2022, 2021 was when I was getting the stuff from Easy Whim. So I'll just leave that in there. So yeah, and they send stuff like that, and they've also got like little jewelry boxes and whatnot. So yeah. Do you do the diamond painting before you send them out? Yes, I do. I do do them myself. So yeah, and we just send them out to each other. It's just another little fancy card on that. I mean, you probably could send it out to them, but not everybody sends diamond painting, so it's just a different sort of card. And I've got like little ornaments that I did for Halloween and stuff like that as well. So but yeah, there was a ton of, like they sent you out all sorts of craft. There was some stuff was like felting, and it wasn't all diamond painting in the craft stuff. But I've done a wind chime out of them, and some of the craft things I give to Mia to do. It was just a great little pack. It wasn't over expensive. I think it was like $40 delivered. And it just had like stuff in it, and I could, as I said, the crafts I could give to little ornaments and all that sort of stuff I could give to Mia to do. She enjoys doing diamond painting as well. But yeah, it's a nice little gift to send out. So Gail Gail did this one. This is from Van Sales, and it was a Christmas card that she sent me. But like, it's good because I can just have it up all year. It doesn't bother me. But you can frame it, put them in little frames, and have a wall of all cutesy stuff. So yeah, and this one's got all this inside, but and then it's got Merry Christmas, Happy New Year on the back as well. So it's nice, a little picture. And then I like them. And I like doing them as well. Like they're quite, and I could spend so much time on fan sales. There's so much stuff on there. But I don't go crazy. I don't buy all the things. As I said, I want to get a lot of my little stuff done. And then, like as I said, there's one pack that's got like had a little jewelry box in it, and I gave that to her, and it just had a little like mandala on the top, and she did that in an afternoon, and then she's got the jewelry box to put like little earrings in, or because she uses clip on, she doesn't want to get ears pierced, so she puts her little fancy rings in there, and there's enough room in there to put a couple of little necklaces and that. So and then I've got I actually purchased a heap of like little ornaments and stuff from fan sales, so she could do those little Christmas ones, and we did them one year, and I've put like felt on the back with some of them, and then other ones they are actually double-sided, so they hang on the Christmas tree really well. The ones with the felt on the back are great for like mantles and stuff like that. And they don't take long, so because they're only like little. And I did the double-sided ones, and then I let her do the single-sided ones. And yeah, but she had fun doing that. And what else have we done? She likes doing the. I did have a sunglass case too. I don't know what happened to that. I think I may have given that to her to put her sunglasses in, and she's taken that home. But it was supposed to stay here. And then we've done a couple of journals as well, and whatnot. But I don't tend to get too much, like there's desktop stuff and all that sort of thing. I don't tend to get those because the simple fact is that they take up space, and I don't have a lot of space for that sort of thing. So yeah. And I think I like as I said the other day, I like diamond painting because it's sort of, you can just zone out. I don't have to count. I don't have to, worry too much about anything really. I don't have to worry about math. I can just sit here and relax and do it and get it done, and then have a little exciting moment when it's finished. And yeah, and I've got enough here, like I've got enough stuff that I've got from fan sales and places like that to last me a lifetime. Which has been good because I haven't had to buy anything with the cost of living going up and all that sort of stuff. I'm glad that I did purchase a lot of stuff before that sort of happened, and like things got tight and all that sort of rot that goes with the cost of living stuff. So yeah, so I'm happy that I did that, because now, as I said, I've got 15 large ones like the cat one. I think the smallest one I have is actually this witch one. I think they're all around the 22 to 31 inches. So yeah, they're not exactly small, and I'm just glad that I picked them up when I did, because it's just made it. I can just go and And because I haven't looked at them either in a long time, it's like I'm going shopping in my own cupboards, which is great. Because I used to get a lot of flack about purchasing so much and all that sort of stuff. We all have. I think we've all experienced it in the craft sector, one way or another, whether it's just a snide comment or whether someone's actually had a go at people. And so, yeah, so I am just super glad that I did that. I had a little bit of disposable income at the time, and it was just good to stock up. Like, I've got cross-stitch patterns that I will definitely do, and start them and stuff and get them finished, but I don't have to go shopping. The only thing I might have to do is get a little bit of floss or whatever, but that's not that expensive if you're using the right floss. So yeah, I do have a lot of things already started. So like for the next few years, I'll have plenty of stuff to just keep me busy, which is good. And but I am trying to make a dent in all the things that I've got on the go at the moment. Like the cross stitch I'm working on, I'm just working on that particular cross stitch. I don't have anything else out. I guess in a way I've sort of become a bit of a like just a single stitcher, and just wanting to get stuff done and finished and whatnot. I don't even need to really frame them. Again, I just do it because I love doing it. I've got a box of stuff there that I just keep putting everything in as I finish it. I've got a couple of little bits and pieces as well that are almost finished as well. So just got to get them done. And I didn't do any stitching this morning, and that's only because I woke up with a bloody headache. And it was like it's gone now. Like it's I'm still a little bit foggy, but it's gone now. I woke up this morning and sculled a heap of water just in case I was dehydrated. I've had a coffee and I'm still drinking water now to flush my system out. But I ate junk food yesterday, and I ate something that I don't normally eat, and it tasted bloody terrible too. FYI, I won't be eating that again. And but I did eat a lot of junk food, so it could be just that I had a sugar crash headache from way too much junk food yesterday. So yeah, but I took some. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and my head just went, poof, and I'm like, oh. And I didn't drink yesterday, so it's not from alcohol, and I don't get that from alcohol anyway because I don't drink a lot. I just have 1 or 2 drinks, and so yeah, so I'm like, oh, that did not feel great. So I went to the toilet and then took a couple of Panadol, and which is like Tylenol, and yeah, and sort of went back to bed, and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I was doing my reviews and stuff, and I had my my light blocking glasses on, and yeah, so and it was sort of starting to shift, but it wasn't until I come out here and actually just started diamond painting, and it's probably in the first half an hour of the stream that it actually lifted completely. So I forgot to put the camera back. Wait, gee, that's far away. Why is that so far away? That's because we moved it and you didn't put it back. Oh, the wing is almost done. Oh, hang on. There's some more ends. I just spotted them. Not just some, there's 3. Yes, I can check it later. I can do that. Yeah, cool. No worries. I just checked it then. Cool. I'll see how I go because I do have a lot of stuff on today that requires concentration. But I will, yeah. I will pop in for sure. All right. What letter are we looking for now? Letter. We are looking for a symbol. I don't even think I've got any boxes. Oh, actually, I do have a box out here. I can actually show you what I got in the Easy WIM. And I've given like some out of some of them. Savannah took a chart, and Lockie took a chart as well. So this is another. So this box, the charts are out. Let me just bring it up and show you. So, right. We'll set this up. Here we go. Okay, so Diamond Art, Diamond Painting Club. Okay, it's by Easy WIM. I don't know if they're still around at all. And it's arts and crafts. So that's how it comes in this one of these boxes. This one, Lockie and Savannah took the charts out of it. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yes. So this was the diamond painting that Savannah took out of it. So it's a landscape. So it's like cityscapes, landscapes, and all that sort of stuff. And then in this one, it had a felted beanie. Was the craft. So it comes with a beanie or bag. Hang on. I think it might be a purse, actually. I don't know. It's a wallet. Wallet instructions. So it's a little felted wallet. So it's all pre-cut. Comes with everything that you need. And I just figured I'll make that for Mia. And a lot of these little crafts were good for just making them for Mia. So, yeah. And, I mean, they'd be good little videos as well. So, yeah. So there's that one. It came with everything. And this one also came with another cushion. So this one's got flowers all over it. That made in China, obviously. All the drills are in there as well. So, right. So all the drills come packaged up like that. And so, yeah, so I figured I could use these for, like, you know, just decorative cushions in the library or, you know, on an outdoor couch or something like that, or just give them to Mia because I think she would like to have them. She loves those bright rainbowy colours and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that was that particular one, and they were sometimes were themed as well. So we had like New Year and Christmas and all that sort of stuff. And I think I've got 9 of these all up. So this one is looks like the New Year one. So yeah, and I got them in 2021 and 2022. So the crossover. So sorry. So this is. Let me just get that covered. That way. So this is one of the boxes, how they've come. Okay, so same thing again, got that box. And so this has a dragon on it. Yeah, so this has got a dragon and a fairy. I don't know if you can see that's a little fairy and then a little dragon. And this is, this one's a wolf. I wasn't supposed to get this one on that, but this is a wolf. And then it also had a ruler in this one. Because there's a quilling necklace, a quill necklace in it. So that's paper quilling. So it's an opportunity to try different crafts and stuff. So, and you use these to make the circles. And then it comes with all the stuff that you need. So it comes with a set of scissors, tweezers, that because these are square and round. So the dragon is square, I believe. And the wolf is square and the dragon and fairy is round. So yeah, so they're all in the packet. And then that's Savannah's got to give that to her. And yeah, and it all come like that. So, and it was about $40. and I've got about 8 or 9 of them. So yeah, so I'm going to start working through those so I can get rid of the boxes, and whatnot. So yeah, it'll be good. And so yeah, so I've got 18 charts just in that. Well, I'm down 2 now. But yeah, I had 2 of the, because it came with those 3 diamond painting things. So we've got the cushion, and then you've got the 2 charts as well, and they're all around 30 by 40. So they're the size that I'm working on, which is great because they're quick enough to do, but they're big enough as well that they can look good. And as I said, I wasn't supposed to get the wolf one. I'm supposed to get landscape, or maybe it was landscape and nature. No, because I didn't get any other nature ones as far as I know. I might have, I don't know. But it's been a hot minute since I looked at them because I pretty much got them and then packed them away. I just pull one out. So those 2 boxes got pulled out because the kids wanted to do something, and Lockie seen me doing it. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Diamond painting." He goes, "Oh, how do you do that?" And I was like, "Well, you just take that and you stick it on there and match the symbols." He goes, "Oh, can I do one?" I'm like, "Yeah, right." So we went through all the stuff, and he picked a, I can't remember what he picked. I think it was like a mythical lion or something like that. And Savannah picked the landscape because she loves landscapes. So yeah, which I have to ask her where that is because I haven't seen her do it. She might be doing it in her room. So yeah, I don't mind if she doesn't do it straight away. Just I don't. If you're not going to do it, and they were a mystery, so you didn't get to actually pick the chart. It was just whatever chart you got. That's what came in. So yeah, it's actually pretty good in that aspect. It's a bit of a mystery, no decision paralysis. Just pick it out, do it. So I eventually want to do all the boxes and stuff, and get them all done. And so I think, as I said, this month has really spurred me on to do it. I'm actually really enjoying getting in and getting it done. And I'm so looking forward to doing my Heaven and Earth one as well next year. And it's a big one. It's got 90 colours. It's going to take me a hot minute to do it, but I reckon it'll probably take me 18 months to do. Yeah, because it's big. Like it's not small. Long shot. So yeah, that's gonna get started on the 1st of January if I'm here, but it will get started in the new year. I believe that we're not traveling in the school holidays because it's just too hectic, which I'm happy for because that's probably the smarter thing to do because things are more expensive and it's a lot hotter and all that sort of thing. So there's lots of reasons why not to travel at that time. It's Christmas, and there's lots of kids around and all that. And, a lot of families in our country go camping because it's the most affordable thing to do. So, and, the kids have a great time and all that sort of stuff, and the parents get to relax and all that sort of thing. So, I sort of said to Brendan, I don't know that I want to travel at that time. I guess no, we'll come home for that. So we'll probably do a little bit just before school holidays, and then we'll do a bit after school holidays. And then we also discussed his joint pains and stuff like that, that maybe we should think about doing traveling in winter next year, go north, and then go south in summer. I mean, I'd like to get over to Tassie. I wouldn't mind to go over to Tassie, but I think that wouldn't be the camper van. I think that would have to be because we're also doing a Ranger, and setting it out with a rooftop tent and canopies and all that sort of stuff. We want to do that because we want to do a little bit of four-wheel driving where we can't take the van. And so we haven't started that yet. We are looking into it. We do have a Ranger. We're looking into it. So yeah. Especially if we were going over to you know, like the top up to the top end and stuff like that. There's lots of places that um, you can get into with a four-wheel drive that you can't get into with a two-wheel drive. So yeah. I didn't end up getting on AliExpress to check out the double things. I'm going to do that this afternoon too while I'm on the computer, I think. Check out the double stack storage containers so I can just set up the Heaven and Earth one because it's got 90 colors in it. So yeah. Working on the bibble right now, says Christina. All right, I've almost done with this section. The wing is looking so good. It is. Just reminding myself, but I am hosting tomorrow, right? I think so. Yeah, I think so. And I'm working on the bibble for tomorrow right now. Are you doing reverse sprints too at the same time, or are you going to go earlier again? I'll ponder that. I might go. I might go earlier again. Yeah, I might go earlier again. I'll see how I go, or I will just sprint at the same time anyway, because you're doing silent sprints, so I can be in two places at once. So yeah, I'll see how I go. I think I might. It just depends how I feel. Like, because like I would have liked to have started early today, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. Like, and if I'm not feeling crash hot tomorrow, I don't want to commit to something and then, yeah. But I definitely will be in your reverse sprint, so it's all good. I can do both. Because I don't have to talk. But I think I might just do early ones and just do it makes sense. Just wondering if you had plans yet. No, I hadn't really planned yet because I was still pondering what I was going to do. And I also didn't know 100% what was happening yet either. So yeah. But you will be the first to know. Love it when you can do block coloring. Quiet company, yep. I possibly will just, you know what? I think I'll just do them earlier. I will start at 7 and I'll probably just, because I might not do reverse sprints. I might just do a whip and chat tomorrow and then finish up and then just come and hang and just catch up on all my reading and reviews and stuff like that as well if I don't get them all done today. I don't think I'll get them all done today because like I've got a lot to do, so It's a bit windy here today. It was really nice getting the little kits that would come with the Easy WIM stuff. I mean, I could just about. I stopped getting it because the event too. Yeah, cool. I feel like if I, once I windle all my my not cross stitch, this diamond painting, right? Diamond painting down, then I could probably, have a little run at, getting spending what I would have spent on this, and getting that off fan sales to build up my stock again. Just do that each month. But as I said, I've got a long way to go before I have to worry about that. And, will I buy some other stuff? Probably. Because, that's how I roll. That's, a different hobby altogether. But right now I am saving up to, I have been saving for a little while, and it's like I don't have a lot in the kitty, but I'm saving up for a couple of Diamond Art Club ones. So all right, well, as you heard, the alarm just went off. That means that we have come to the end of today's stream. We've been going for 3 hours. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that's been commenting and hanging out. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back a little bit earlier tomorrow, as you just heard, and then it'll just be a WIP and chat, so probably an hour or an hour and a half, because, as I said, the main focus was that big chart. And now that I've got that finished, I can relax a little bit because I wanted to get that finished before the end of the month. Not relax as in stop doing the videos. I'm still going to do a video a day. And then that way you can come and hang out with cuppa or whatever the case is. And that way you can still get some stuff done and whatnot. So tomorrow's will be a little bit shorter because I do have to catch up on some reading and stuff, and as I said, reviews and editing. It's always editing as well. And then that way I won't feel so flustered and behind. But you can see that this is going to go pretty quick. So we did that. I'll probably finish this section a bit later on. But we pretty much did this section and most of this one this morning in 3 hours with all the talking and stuff like that. So I've got 2 of those sections left to go. So I dare say that this one will be finished by next week as well. And then I'll be moving on to the clock, which will be a new start and finish because it's a partial. And then I have this little guy here, which is upside down, from Add More Zest. It's just a little scene, missing a scene, so I'll get that done. And then I might work on the cushion that I just showed you before, and just work on all the little stuff that I've got. I've also got I don't know where that went. Oh, there it is. I also have some Christmas stuff to do as well. Like I've got this little one. This came, it's a little cardboard little wall door hanging. So yeah, I've got that there. And I've got, so I might end up doing some Christmas stuff as well, because I got some more ornaments. These are all single size ones. So they're plastic little ornaments. So I have all those. So I might get those done. And then I've got this little hanging as well. This is a little like door hanging that I have. And what else have I got in here? Little gingerbread. There's a I love diamond painting keyring. and some bells. So there's all those little things as well. So I'm going to try and get those finished this month as well. So yeah, so I've got a little satchel just sitting there. But and all the chains and everything is here for it as well. So that's the chain for it. These are for the ornaments as well. They're like little key ring things. There's a little present there. There's like little, I think that's for a necklace of some sort, but a more chain. So yeah, so I've got all the bits and pieces that I need for it to finish off all these things. So I yeah, will endeavour to get them done, and then they're all done, and then I can use them on the Christmas tree this year. But they're all see, they're just single-sided ones, so you can use these like to hang off a mantle or something like that where it's facing the back wall, or I might do a garland with them or something like that. Let's see how we go. So I've got all those to do as well, so hopefully I can get all of this stuff done by the end of the month. And then this one was pretty flimsy. Like this was, I thought it was plastic. Like most of the time they're plastic like these, but this ended up being like a cardboard foam board, I guess. But that's what the leather's for, is that one. But it's still cute. It's Merry Christmas, hanging on the door, whatever the case may be. It'll sturdy up a little bit with the diamonds on it as well. And they're all like crystal ones as well, so they're all sparkly. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of those. So I've been getting, like, slowly but surely just getting little ornaments and that, as I said, they all come with those little gold chains, like little key rings, and of course they come with all the bits and pieces that you need. So yeah, so hopefully I can get all of that done as well, because they're all partials, and they're not overly big either. So I've got them all out, and they're all sitting here, so I can I'm excited for the clock though, because I want to use that in the diamond painting room. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get it all done. But as I said, that's it from me today. Have a lovely day, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and keeping me company and keeping me on track. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.